Good evening, sports fans. Welcome back to Lake Oswego High School. This is the OHSLA semifinal matchup, Game 2. We've already had one semifinal, and that semifinal was won by West Lynn over Sunset, 10-8. The score in that game. This is the second final, and it's a matchup. Well, we might call it a local matchup. It is the Lake Oswego Lakers and the Lakeridge Pacers here from Lake Oswego High School. These two teams have met during the season. Early on in the season they met, and Lakeridge came away with an 18-6 win. Later in the season, on May the 10th, they met, and that was a win for the Lakers, 13-11. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Working with me tonight, Paul Voas. And Paul, that first game was an exciting game. This game looks to be just as exciting. The winner of these teams will play Saturday night at 6:30 against West Lynn for the Oregon High School Lacrosse Association Championship.
Yeah, that matchup was a matchup of two very high-level skilled teams, as is this, but you sprinkle in a little bit of that crosstown rivalry that's been going on for well over 20 years. And as you mentioned, the heated battle they have, I look forward to this being a hard-fought, intense, but well-skilled game.
All right, I believe we're going to do the national anthem, and the teams are lined up. As soon as we do that, we'll stay with it, and then we'll come back after that for the start of the game. All right, our national anthem. National anthem here, the second half of the semifinals and the OHSLA championship. I'm Dave Hall along with Paul Voas. And Paul, people are not familiar with you. You were the head coach at Southridge for 15 years, 16 years, and now you're the assistant coach at
Aloha High School.
Oh,
yes.
At Aloha, right, all right. Teams are just about ready to take the field. It was an exciting game before us. Sunset actually led 7-6 headed into the last quarter and was outscored 4-1 by West Lynn to get the victory for West Lynn. The winner of this game will get West Lynn Saturday night, 6:30 here at Lake Oswego in the championship matchup.
The Lakers are coached by head coach Rick Broom, associate head coach Mike Markham, varsity offensive coordinator Chase Clausen, varsity defensive coordinator.
All right. Lakeridge headed out onto the field. White jerseys. Columbia blue is the color on those shorts and on the lettering. We'll have the ceremony in the middle where the teams will kind of shake hands and get this sportsmanship going before we get started in this game. Lake Oswego coming out. They're in their traditional navy blue colors, white helmet, white lettering. Now we have 4 referees out on the field. Is that normal, Paul?
Most of our high school games, if there's a shortage of umpires, they like to have 3 officials at the game. But for these championship games, we'll have a 4th official who will man the bench, who will manage that. Most of the time, the bench is managed by parents, well-meaning and many times knowledgeable, but the official's over there to make sure that calls are implemented and the penalties are served correctly.
If you'll look across the field, there's a little tent and it says Laker Lacrosse on it, and that's where the scores table is, and that's where they keep the official time, I believe.
Yes, and that 4th official is also here in case one official happens to get hurt. And you've seen that in other sports as well.
In goal for Lakeridge, it is number 1, and that is David Nyhouse, and he is a junior. In goal for Lake Oswego, let me make sure we'll get it set up. It's number 15, and that is George O'Brien. He's a senior. So O'Brien in goal for the Lakers. He is down to our right. Nyhouse down in goal for Lakeridge, and he's down to our left. We're set for the draw to get this underway. We started. Ball loose. And scooped up, well, still loose, being batted around. Nobody's got it picked up yet safely, and there's a whistle.
Jackson McGinley, number 2 for Lakeridge, LSM long stick midfielder, put a smackdown in his own player. Jack Savage, their face-off man, and Jack Savage is not happy about that at all.
I don't expect to get checked by my own players. All right, here we go. Lake Oswego with the ball. Out on top, that's number 10 for Lake Oswego. That's Hayden Hecht. And the Lakers will set it up on the outside. We're just underway. 4 12-minute quarters. Lakers lose the ball on the ground. Out and scooped up by number 19, Marshall McGuire.
Number 30 for Lakers defenseman got to feel what it's like to play goalie. He got hit square in the front of the foot.
David Nyhouse in goal for Lakeridge. Got that stick up in front of him. If you're just joining us, the first semifinal was won by West Lynn, 10-8 over Sunset. Winner of this game gets them. There's a shot and a score just that quickly. Lake Oswego on the board first, number 12. The goal by number 12, and that's Charlie Ryan. That goal coming at 10:32. You know what's great, Paul, is that you can actually read the uniform numbers in this game. Last game was difficult.
I'm thrilled.
All right, Pacers with the ball as they come forward on their first rush. Number 2, and that's Jackson McGinley. He's that long stick midfielder that Paul was talking about. Back behind the goal. These teams split a pair of games during the season. Henry Sorensen right in front of the net for the Pacers.
Looks like Lake Oswego is employing a zone defense to great effect, trying to force bad outside shots, and that one was not a great shot to be taken.
Great save that time by the goalie, George O'Brien. But the ball loose, and Lakeridge scoops it back up. Pacers. Behind the cage. Little spin move, a shot blocked by O'Brien. O'Brien is senior. In goal for the Pacers, David Nyhouse. He's a junior. And that ball's going to go out, and it'll be Laker ball.
Yeah, the defense that Elo is running is a 1-3-2 zone. And what they're doing, you can tell they're running a zone because they're passing off the Dodgers to the next player, always either double teaming or threatening the double team.
Marshall McGuire brought that ball up. Lakers with the ball and the lead, 1-0. There's a hard shot deflected. Niles deflects it to the right. Lakers keep possession. Number 5, Jonas Hunter. Paul, it seems like the Lakers are trying to be very patient what they're doing.
Yep, except right there trying to force running into a double.
There was a trip, the referee waved off any penalty.
Yeah, the attacker was making an athletic move and spinning. They're less likely to call that.
And that ball is going to go out. Whoops, I'm sorry. It was snagged back there. Now there's a ball that's loose.
Yep, referee signaling that was a legal check from the side.
Marshall McGuire having a tough time over there. Quickly, there's a hard shot deflected by O'Brien. Ty Columbic just wound up and fired that ball that time in O'Brien. I didn't even know he saw it, deflected it. Inside a shot, another deflection. O'Brien, 2 good saves. Behind the net with the ball, gets it off. And that ball goes out, and it's going to be Pacer ball.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot by Hunter Dosklos, number 9. Just unlucky, didn't find the corner. Very nice move. Lakeridge is going to have to be pretty creative to beat this Lake Oswego zone. I'm not sure they saw it in their first meetings, but a little taste of their own medicine as I believe I saw Lakeridge running a zone against Lake Oswego.
Pacers with the ball. 6:11 left to go here, first quarter.
So what Lakeridge is going to have to do is going to have to dodge.
Again, a nice block that time by O'Brien. Boy, he's got quick reflexes.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that Lakeridge needs to get a dodge, draw the double, and move the ball to the backside as the zone defense rotates.
Lakeridge, and they'll pull it out.
Yeah, you want to dodge into those seams.
Hard shot.
And that's the way the defense is designed to let up those outside bad shots from more than 14 yards.
Nice move that time by the Lakers. Here they come forward with that move. That was number 25, Ethan Hecht. He just ran around the defender.
Nice move by the freshman.
He is a freshman. Pressure game. 1-0. Lake Oswego leads on a goal by Charlie Ryan.
Nice save by number 4, David. Nice.
Pacers come forward. Nyhouse with a nice save that time.
A little surprise. Their defense gave up that drive down the middle. As a defense, you really want to push them to the sides. But Nye saw that shot all the way.
Back behind the net, that's number 31. That's a Jude Cowie.
So Lakeridge just taking a couple of bad shots from the outside.
Oh, number 13 that time was winding up for a shot and dropped the ball. Number 13, that was Thiago Akar-Winkles.
And it's going to be a loose ball push. Pacers ball.
And Jude Cowie goes back for it. He's a sophomore. Lights are on here. Tried to get the ball in front that time to Cody Hart. Pass was wide. There's a hard shot and a goal. Number 13, I believe. Lakeridge, number 13, and that's Thiago Akar-Winkles.
That was just a nice hard play shot from the outside. Straight overhand. Nice placement.
Winkles, the junior, with the goal. The time on that, 3:07. We had gone 7 minutes without a goal. You might have been able to pick up on our crowd mics. The fans were chanting "boring."
Well, that's what zone defenses will. They'll force the offense to pass the ball on the outside to try to figure out how to beat it. And, you know, Lakeridge got a nice one there, but they're still going to have to be more creative.
You know, everybody likes offense. They want the score to be 20-19. Number 19 with the ball, that's Marshall McGuire. And the Lakers will set up. We're even now at 1. Both these teams being very patient. Lakers out on top. That's number 12. That's Charlie Ryan, who scored the goal. Contact.
That was number 14, Andre Martinez. Some very good hard press defense.
Hayden Heck hit the deck on that. No call. Back behind the net. In front. Can't get a shot away, and they'll go back and start over. Like I said, Lake Oswego being very patient.
And you'll see them, their offense, they're employing a lot of picks, a lot more picks, a lot of two-man action, lots of movement off the ball.
There's a low shot, blocked. Niehaus blocked it. David Niehaus, I'm sorry, blocked that shot. Pacers come forward. It's number 2, Jackson McGinley. Hard shot, just missed. Was wide left. Boy, he wound up and let that one go. There was a little spot in there for just a second, but it closed.
After all that work, he's good thing he did miss that. And I think at the last second he did try to pull that wide just to make sure, he had backup on that shot.
Pacers with the ball. We're under a minute, 55 seconds. There's a shot. wound up and let that one go. That was a shot by number 3. That was Cody Hart. And it'll be Pacer ball still. "35 seconds. Are they playing for one? No, they take a shot. That was a shot by number 5, Ty DeLancelotti. Pacers still with the ball. Clock running. 20 seconds. There's our shot. O'Brien got his stick up.
That one looked like it ricocheted off the top pipe, off the helmet.
12 seconds. That went off the goalie's helmet. Wow. All right, 5 seconds. Gonna have to hurry. There's a low shot. Blocked by O'Brien. O'Brien comes up with it, and there's the horn. That is the end of the first quarter, and our score here at Lake Oswego High School. It is Lakeridge 1, Lake Oswego 1. Paul, your thoughts about the first quarter?
Well, I think LO is being very patient on offense, running their pairs offense. And pairs offense is just, you have 3 sets of 2 men working picks, on ball, off ball, looking at the open space, staying spread. The key for Lakeridge is, as I've been saying, is they have to find a better way to beat the zone. And the coaching staff at Lakeridge is very experienced, and I'm sure they'll be coming up with something, especially because the second game that I saw between LO and Lakeridge, I thought I saw Lakeridge running a zone, so they'll be probably going over their strategy to do that.
In our first game tonight, we had 7 goals in the first quarter. In this game, we've had 2. The 2019 OHSLA Championship playoffs are presented by UBS and Ren Ferguson Group, helping individuals and families with financial planning and professional investment management for over 30 years. They understand the value of investing in our communities and our youth. To learn more about what they can do to help you with your financial planning and investment management, give them a call at 503-248-1303. And the Oregon Masters Lacrosse League is proud to announce its inaugural 2019 summer season. If you're interested in participating, please see the OMLA booth at the west end of the field near the concessions, or visit the OMLA website at omla.org. The 4 region-based teams this year are the Westside Fosters, the Eastside Slow Breakers, the Southside Sloths, and the Portland Patriots. Oregon Masters Lacrosse League. Why should the kids have all the fun? Paul plays on one of those teams. All right, second quarter action, the draw coming up. Ball loose, kicked free. Lake Oswego breaks on the ball, still loose. We got 2 players down on the field.
Lakeridge had a new face-off man on that, Jay Ricci, a freshman, number 23.
And we've got a flag, kind of a delayed flag there, but the referee threw the flag.
It's unsportsmanlike, unreleasable, might be a mouthpiece.
All right, an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Oh, see, the signal of the referee with his hands above his hands means the penalty is locked in, which means it's a full serve penalty, 1 minute. No matter what happens, they have to serve a full 1 minute.
No release on this, a 1 minute penalty. Lakers will be down 1 player. Lake Oswego moving from our left to our right here in the second quarter. Pacers will move the other way. Here come the Lakers over midfield. Number 2 with the ball. That's Dylan Baker. Baker and Jonas Hunter out on top. Hard shot wide. And that goes out. Lakers will have the ball. just underway here in the second quarter. 1-1 our score. Out on top, inside, a shot, blocked by Nyhouse. That was a little shot. In fact, number 7, Dominic Sinclair, tried to get it through the goalie's legs.
The goalie, nice on that, had a lot more time. Should have been a little more patient. He was trying to make something happen when it wasn't there. I think that was a failure to advance.
I think that's what the call was, failure to advance.
Which means the offensive team needs to step in the box in a certain amount of time.
As a result of that, it's a turnover and it's Pacer ball. Long pass forward, that was to number 22, Wes Jackson. 1-1 our score. Jackson with the ball on top.
So Lakeridge has gone into a 1-4-1 set, which is one of the sets that you want to utilize to pull their zone out of formation. You might see one of the players from the crease area step off to the outside to draw their defense out of shape. Exactly what number 11 just did.
Exactly. You no sooner said that than they did it. Number 11 was Luke Lamont. There's a goal for the Pacers. The goal was by number 11, Luke Lamont. Time on that, 9:39, and Pacers go into the lead.
Well, Lakeridge coaches drew up something, and the Lakeridge players, coaches can always draw something up, whether they go out and actually put it to use. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That time, Lakeridge, they got a lot of smart players on their team, and you can see they pulled the zone out of defense.
Remember, too, that was a power play goal. They had a man advantage. No, he was out of the box then? Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of times that can be a little confusing because teams naturally run a zone when you're man up, or man down, excuse me, and
okay.
The Lake Oswego defense is just using a zone defense, just like basketball. Being from Syracuse, I'm very familiar with zone basketball. Jim Boeheim's been using it for 43 years.
Exactly. And effectively, too.
Yeah. A lot of times teams will use that when they have not so athletic defenders, which isn't the case at Lake Oswego, although they have a number 22, Richie Dorgurkam, normally plays midfield, and he's got a long pole in his hand.
Remember, Lakeridge ranked number 1, Lake Oswego ranked number 4. There was a shot. Shot was wide. It was by Thiago Akar-Winkles. Pacers still with the ball. O'Brien in goal. There's a shot. He deflects it. Ball loose, knocked loose. Good job defensively by the Pacers.
Loose ball hold on Lakeridge, going out a little bit.
And a pass over the head of the Lakers, and here come the Pacers right back. Number 4, Ty Glumbick.
The other strategy you can employ against a zone is to attack that goal before they're able to set up.
Hard shot and a goal. Another Pacer goal, number 4. And that's Ty Glumbick. Three to 1 our score now. The time on that goal, 8:03. And after Lake Oswego got the first goal of the game, Pacers have run off 3 straight to take the lead at 3-1. Ball loose, scooped up by the Pacers. Quickly forward, it's number 16, and that's Ethan Bernhardt.
Another win by freshman Jay Reachley, utilizing his wings on that. Freshman stepping up in a big game.
Hard shot. O'Brien deflects that. O'Brien pointed at the shooter. You know, hey, you're going to shoot it that hard at me? I got it.
There's that crosstown rivalry.
Exactly. The shot was by Cody Hart. He shoots another one, and O'Brien blocks that one. Hart has to be thinking, how hard do I have to shoot that? Well, it's not how hard it is, it's where it goes. Pacers now out on top. Number 9, that's Hunter Daskalos. .6:45 left to go here in the second quarter. 3-1, Pacers lead.
You can see that Lakeridge is back into their 1-4-1. Again, look out for one of those players in the crease to walk out, run out of the crease outside, and have the ball thrown back to him to try to draw that defense away. The defense will rotate.
And that's what happened. That's Luke Lamont who came back out again. He did that last time. Hard shot. That's, I don't think that went in on goal. I think it was deflected before it got there. Ball loose right in front. O'Brien gets his stick on it, picks it up.
And that's exactly what that defense is designed for, to make it look like those inside feeds are open when they're not, and all of a sudden you have 2-3 guys collapsing on you. And Lakeridge took the bait.
As a result, Lakers got possession, and they'll start their play around the outside.
And let's see if the Laker defense can handle this two-man game with the picks that happen all the time. And that also puts a lot of pressure on the defense, the individuals.
Lakers behind the net. Turns inside, a shot. Wait, the Lakers hit the deck. That's number 5, Jonas Hunter. He came in on goal and was just leveled. We watched that on we watched that on replay. Yeah, see him hit the deck there? Wow. Hunter's still with the ball. Gonna send it across. They'll reverse the field. Oh, big collision behind. There's a shot that's wide left.
That play of the attackmen were all caught up high to the goal line. Didn't have backup of the shot. That's why Lakeridge has the ball.
Preston Stewart took that shot and it was just wide left. I'm sorry, that shot was by Charlie Ryan. Ryan on that shot, that was wide. Pacers now with the ball. Out to number 3, Cody Hart. He's had some really hard shots. There's another block by O'Brien. That ball went 50 feet up in the air. Boy, O'Brien has faced some hard shots.
Yes. I'd like to see Cody Hart on that, move that ball one more. You draw on the double, and you had the attackman standing on the goal line extended, open.
O'Brien comes forward. Ball loose, picked up, knocked loose this time. Pacers have it back. Luke Lamont, who has a goal. There's a goal. A shot and a goal. Number 3 on the goal. Number 2. Let's watch that. Okay. And there's the windup and the shot and the goal. Number 2. Number 2 for Lakeridge, and that's Jackson McGinley. Four to 1 now. The time on that goal, 3:21. 3 goals here in the second quarter. That's all of our scoring. It was 1-1 at the end of 1. It's now 4-1. We talked about it before, though. Lacrosse is one of those games you can go on runs and get 3, 4, 5 goals all in the span of a short period of time. Lake Oswego needs a goal back. They'll go back behind the net. Dominic Sinclair back there behind the net. That's number 5 back there. That's Ty DeLancelotti. Tries to turn inside. Can't find anything open. Come back. He'll start it over again. Lancelotti takes a big hit. And the ball comes loose. Picked up by the Pacers.
Lakeridge defense playing tough, lots of hard checks, hard hits. A little surprised that wasn't called. He came up close, but being the semifinal games, they're going to let good teams play.
DeLancelotti took a big hit. He's up. Timeout on the field. Timeout, Lakeridge. 1:48 left to go here in the first half, and our scores: Lakeridge 4, Lake Oswego 1. Thanks for joining us tonight in this doubleheader. The first game was won by West Lynn as they beat Sunset 10-8. Sunset led that game 7-6, headed into the fourth. We're outscored 4-1. Lake Oswego needs something to break the momentum here, Paul.
Well, what Lake Oswego on defense here, they'll either be like re-talking about keeping the integrity of the zone. You might even see them come out of their zone at some point just to confuse the Lakeridge players even further. Lakeridge will be talking about, again, how to beat the zone and making sure that they're making those good passes after drawing the doubles.
Teams headed back out on the field. Again, 4-1 is our score. Lakeridge leads. This is number 1 seeded team and the number 4 seeded team. Lakeridge number 1, Lake Oswego number 4. Saturday night, 6:30 back here at Lake Oswego High School. That'll be the finals, the championship game.
And it looks like Lake Oswego's come out of their zone into man-to-man.
With 1:48 left to play in the half, let's see if that brings any success to them. Is that prompted because the zone isn't working?
I think the zone's being fairly successful, but a lot of times what you do is a team calls timeout, they're going to draw something up to beat the zone, then all of a sudden you go into man, and what you just spent your minute talking about is relatively useless. And what you might see them do is man-to-man. When the time gets down to about 30 seconds, they might go back into the zone, which gives Lakeridge short time to then go ahead and try to beat it, remembering what their coaches told them a quarter ago.
Pacers with the ball. There's a big hit right in front. Another big hit. And no call. We're under a minute. Lake Oswego's tightened up on defense. Some real physical play.
Yeah, they're sending those doubles. When they're in man-to-man, they're sending those doubles awful early. That's what the Lakeridge offensive players have to realize. That right there, before that, that was a great example of an attackman playing some defense. A lot of attackmen are naturally a little bit lazy and don't like to play defense. And I tell you, there's nothing I love more than seeing attackmen actually ride the ball hard.
Pacers a shot. O'Brien goes down. He's unhappy with somebody on the defense who was in the wrong place. .31 seconds left to go, and we got another timeout.
Yeah, by Lakeridge.
Right, Lakeridge with the timeout. That is their last timeout of the half. Lake Oswego is not taking a timeout.
And a lot of times, you know, as a coach, you don't want to go into the half without keeping those in your pocket because you don't get them back.
I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but the records of these two teams, Lakeridge is 16-5. Lake Oswego is 14-4. They each have a win over each other. Lakeridge's win was a little more impressive at the beginning of the season. It was 18-6. Lake Oswego's win was near the end of the season, and it was 13-11. We are 4-1 right here with 31.7 seconds left to go in the first half.
And I'm going to guess that LO will come out in their zone with the 30 seconds left, and Lakeridge will have their zone busting play in effect. And if they come out man-to-man, what they'll do is they probably have a play that they've practiced all season for a goal to be scored with 15 seconds left.
All right, both teams are back out onto the field. David Nyhouse in goal for Lakeridge. George O'Brien in goal for Lake Oswego. Boy, and he's faced a lot of shots here as of late. Out on top, this is Hart, Corey Hart. He's got that hard shot, but he's going to pass off. Back behind the net.
Lake Oswego's in a zone, but they're extending way out.
Hart, they want to shut him off, and they have. 10 seconds left. There's a shot and a goal. Quick little spin move and a goal.
Wow.
Let's take a look at that. That goal is by number 5, and that is Jonas Hunter. Let's take a look at that goal because he spun around there and fired that shot. There's the shot and the goal. Let's take another look at that. Oh, I'm sorry. That goal, I was looking at the wrong one. So that goal is by Ty DeLancelotti. A goal, and the time on that goal is 8.6.
High degree of difficulty on that shot, rising up and putting it. He had maybe 2 inches of space to put that ball in there.
Ball loose in front, and there's the horn. That is the end of the first half. Our score here at halftime, it is Lakeridge 5, Lake Oswego 1. Lake Oswego was outscored there in the second quarter, 4-0. Goals at 9:39, 8:03, 3:21, and 8.6 seconds. Lamont, Glumbick, McGinley, and DeLancelotti, 4 different players, scored those 4 goals for Lakeridge. Paul, your thoughts? Thoughts on a second quarter dominated by Lakeridge?
Yeah, well, Lakeridge has figured out their zone, and they're doing well. The zone's being relatively effective. They're forcing bad shots, which is what you want to do. But high degree of difficulty, these are very good players. For Lake Oswego, they've been playing a zone. It's pretty effective. But when you're down 5-1, at some point you're going to have to come out of your zone to press out because you're going to need that ball back.
Right. I know one thing for sure. One goal isn't going to win the game for Lake Oswego. They're going to have 5 more goals to win this game, and only getting 1 in the first half doesn't bode well for that.
It doesn't, although they do have a lot of offensive firepower. They just need to see the ball on offense. Something else to watch for is it looks like Lakeridge's face-off, Jack Savage, who took that big hit right at the beginning of the game and went off and threw his helmet, hasn't been back in the game yet. But freshman Jay Reachley has been doing a fantastic job holding. I've got face-offs tied up 3-3, and for a freshman, that's pretty good in these big games.
Absolutely. You know, we've talked before, this game is about possessions. The more possessions you have, the more opportunity you have, and one way to get those possessions is win those face-offs.
It's true, and you either win it outright or you have to have good wing play. And you need that's when you usually put those athletes on the wings. You know, the football players, the basketball players, you know, the soccer players with speed who are also tough, and that's what wins it. There's a couple of face-offs by number 23 for Lakeridge that he was able to pull out to the wings, and they were able to get it. And Lake Oswego, their face-off man, Michael Shakiran's going to need to step up and really show, you know, his dominance. You know, his dominance as a first team on his conference team.
All right, of the 4 teams that are in action tonight, West Lynn, Lake Oswego, and Lakeridge all come from the Three Rivers League. Is that right?
Yes.
I think so. And Sunset, of course, from the Metro. You're the assistant at Aloha. What's the status of the Metro Conference?
Well, the Three Rivers and the Metro Conference have always been the dominant conferences. The Columbia Conference is represented very well with Lincoln and OES and Hood River on occasion. The Metro League is having a little bit of downtime, as some people know. You know, Beaverton just got its 6th high school, and that drew players from many of the programs. And a lot of our programs, for instance, my team, we barely had enough to field a JV team, and we had to work with Westview and some of the other schools to really pull together JV teams. But with the recruiting processes going now, hopefully it'll come up again. Usually Metro, Jesuit High School, Sunset, Southridge usually have pretty strong programs, and it's just going to take a little bit of time to kind of rebuild some of those and get the number of players back up.
You know, there are some schools, you look at schools, and we mentioned like Wilsonville before, that doesn't have the students that Sunset has, or Aloha, or schools like that, yet they've got a tradition. They're working on a tradition of lacrosse. The school I think of is OES, Oregon Episcopal Schools, and although they don't have a large student body, they got, I don't know how many kids come out for lacrosse there, but it's a bunch. Now, I'm trying to remember the goalie for them, Jack Schlendorf.
Schlendorf, yes.
He's playing at Harvard. You know, I think he was all-state goalie 3 or 4 times and is now playing on the Harvard varsity. So there have been some outstanding, talented kids that have gotten scholarships, not just the West Coast schools, but the East Coast schools.
Right. We have a few in this game. Jonas Hunter, number 5 for Lake Oswego's committed to Vermont. Marshall McGuire, number 19 for Lake Oswego, is committed to Syracuse. A few
You're
others,
glad to hear that.
I'm always glad to hear that. Henry Schoonmaker played for Lincoln years back and played on some of their championship team, who single-handedly helped to beat my Southridge team in one of the playoff games, and he just had an epic performance. And there's up and down these. Another one, Keenan DeRave, the defenseman, number 1, is committed to Marist. So you see these players that are making choices. I mean, there's great teams on the West Coast, the MCLA, and no matter where you go, you want to obviously pick the correct school, but if you have the opportunity to go back east and play high-level, high-caliber lacrosse, it's there. And I'm excited for these players, and always great when you're watching D1 games when you hear of kids that are from Portland or Seattle or Utah.
Right. You know, we talked a little bit about the shortage of officials. And it's the reason it's hard to find those. It's hard to find people who've been involved in the sport who've risen to the level where they can officiate. Does that same problem exist in coaching? Are there enough people out there coaching to sustain the growth in the anticipated growth in the program?
Yeah, I think coaching has less of a problem, although it's still there. I think at any time, Matt Palom, who played goalie at Syracuse, and I got to play with him on my summer league team back in Syracuse, and he's a high-level official. He officiated one of the semifinal games, and he wrote an article in US Lacrosse basically saying the reason there's not enough officials or people complain about the officials, it's because of the coaches and the players, that they need to encourage their players. And I think our coaches and we try to get our youth players involved in coaching. We have represented from each of these teams and our teams. We encourage the players to go into officiating so they do graduate from college, they will come back in. So it's really on the players and coaches to encourage their players to say, hey, look, we might give the officials a hard time, but this could be a great way to give back to the Creators game, to this Native American game that we love so much.
If you look down on the field, both teams were off and they were talking, but both goalies were in the net and they were taking shots from, it looks like assistant coaches or whatever. Is that normal?
Yeah, what they're doing is, goalies have tendencies and other teams scout you, and certain games you might be off in one of your areas. So what you've done is the coaches have assessed, the goalies have assessed themselves, the coaches have assessed it, and they're going to go out and they're going to try to put some of those shots on that they've been seeing in the game. It's possible when they're playing a team, the teams are changed their offense up so they're shooting from different angles, and so the coaches are going to go out and work on that and give them some shots where they'll see some success. You can see the LO goalie working on some low shots, so they may have seen a problem where there's some issues with him stopping the low ones.
That's George O'Brien who's down there working. Is there an advantage to being able to shoot with both hands? And do many players do that?
It's highly encouraged, although with the Canadian influence, the Native American influence by the Iroquois Nationals and a lot of their players, that they play a lot one-handed. But there's a special way you have to learn how to play one-handed. The one thing that two hands do for you is it makes the defender think. And if you're a skilled player either way, there's nothing the defense can do. They won't even know, oh, we have to slide to the right hand or left hand. So it's definitely a clear advantage. It just takes more time. The advantage in basketball, you don't, except for Larry Bird, don't learn how to shoot with two hands. But with lacrosse, it just takes that time, and it takes a committed player to really spend the time developing that opposite hand.
I watch basketball, and I watch the Houston Rockets, James Harden, and he likes to only shoot with one hand, and so the players overguard him, so make him go the other way. So,
right. And you'll see that in lacrosse. I mean, like basketball where you're squaring up to somebody in front of them because they want to shoot over the top of you. In lacrosse, you actually have to stand where the player wants to go, and you have to stand where they're going to shoot the ball. And when you can shoot with both hands, it gives you an advantage.
If you want to take up lacrosse, what's the youngest you can get into the game?
Most programs have programs for first and second graders, although there is an exception. I have a niece right now who's in kindergarten, and they make an exception, although she's old enough. So if you have a kindergartner who's developed enough and they're a go-getter and they're not shy, they can go out there. Most of those programs are run more like a PE class with soft sticks and soft balls, although there are some programs that put them in full pads, and you usually get the full pads in 3rd and 4th grade.
And what's the cost to get equipment that you need to play?
For a beginning player package, and there's a Bigfoot Lacrosse has a lacrosse store here, and they usually put together packages. I haven't been seen it in a while, but it's usually around $200, $220 for the stick and the package, and they're pretty good about recommending. You don't really need all this fancy stuff that a lot of these kids are getting. You can get the basic helmet and a basic stick, and gloves for about $220, and a lot of times you can find them used.
When I was a kid, you could go buy a baseball bat for a couple of dollars. Now you go buy a baseball bat. First, it's metal. It's double wall construction, and it's almost $300.
Well, the gloves that I used to buy were like $30, $40. Now they're $200.
I know.
And it's just crazy.
That equipment cost is tough. We're ready to start the second half. We're going to have a draw Number 3 for Lake Oswego on the draw. That's Michael Chakrin. Second half underway. Ball loose on the ground. Picked up by Lake Oswego. They're moving from our right to our left. A hard shot blocked. Another shot right in front blocked. David Nyhouse with 2 great blocks that time.
2 saves by Lakeridge.
Cody Hart on that shot. He was a little far out. He didn't really change planes of that shot. His shoulders were showing low, and he shot low. Very easy for that goalie to pick up on that.
Pacers. Hart moved out on top. He's the one that's got that hard shot that took a couple of hard shots.
The Pacers will be patient on this. They're up by 4 goals, and there's no real rush, and you want to pull that defense out. So look for them to be patient on this possession. Let everybody get a touch. Let everybody get comfortable, feel like they're a part of the game. And then when eventually Lake Oswego will pull them out of shape, and they'll make a mistake, and they'll go to the goal.
That's number 5, Tidal Lancelotti. Number 4 out on top 2, and that is Ty Glumbick. Glumbick has a goal, and Lancelotti has a goal. 5 goals for Lakeridge, 5 different players.
They're being very, very patient. This will also, the Lake Oswego defenders will start getting a little antsy and maybe even a little bored, and tend to overcommit or try to do something that they're not ready to do, or individual instead of as a team.
Although Lake Oswego is playing a zone, they're very effective at it, and they shift very well. Right in front, the ball loose. You know, I watched the players that time kick the ball, and that's okay to do.
It is okay, and you just announce the girls' game where it's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to do that. In the boys' game, it's actually quite encouraged. If the ground ball's in a big scrum, you want to kick it out rather than try to go for it with your stick.
Can you kick it in the net?
I believe so. You sure can.
Okay. Glumbick. Also out there on top, that's number 22, Wes Jackson. There's a shot and a goal. That quickly. I believe that's Hart on the goal. We take a look at that? Let's take a look at the goal. That's Hart who scored at number 3. Hard shot, and there it is.
That's called a zone buster. Anytime you have outside shooters that can stick it in up their corners like that, you're going to be able to pull that zone out very quickly.
First goal of the game for Hart. 6 goals for Lakeridge. 6 different players. 9:23 the time on that goal. We mentioned you can score a lot of goals in a short period of time in lacrosse, but Lakers are starting to lose contact. Pacers. Number 8 out on top. That's Tyler Williams. Six to 1 our score. 8:50 left to go here in the third quarter.
You can now see the zone extending out a little bit beyond the hash marks and above the 30. It's a little more spread than they'd probably rather be. But they're going to have to start doing something to put some pressure on this offense.
There's a hard shot block. Is there any advantage to Lake Oswego trying to double team the ball at this point in time?
Not yet. They're not at that stage. As the game gets deeper into the third and early into the fourth quarter, they're going to need to start thinking about some creative ways to create some turnovers. But against a skilled team and skilled offense like Lakeridge, that's going to be pretty tough offering.
6 to 1 our score. Lakeridge leads. It was 5 to 1 at halftime. In front, a shot. O'Brien blocks that one.
possession, Lakeridge.
Lakeridge draws the defense out a long way, and Lake Oswego follows them out there. Now they back up. Back behind the net, in front. There's a pass over the head, but Lakeridge goes back and gets it. Hart likes that position that he's in right there. And he's got his stick up. He wants it. He's a long-range sniper. Lake Oswego with the ball. A big hit, but they come free. On the run forward, that's number 3, Michael Chakrin.
Daskalos took the worst of that one. I don't think he was expecting that from that big of a hit there.
All right, if Lake Oswego needs to get something started, they need to do it soon. 6:17 left to go here in the third. They trail 6-1. A shot deflected back behind the net. In front, and now scooped up by Lakeridge. Ball loose. Lake Oswego has it, and now dropped. Jonas Hunter out there, number 5. Lots of collisions, lots of turnovers. Hard shot, and goal finally for Lake Oswego.
Goal, Lake Oswego, number 12, Charlie Ryan.
And that goal was by number 12. That's Charlie Ryan. That's his second goal of the game. Let's watch it here. There's Ryan, who winds up, lets it go, and in the net. Charlie Ryan, his second goal of the game.
Any shooter loves being in that position to be able to just set your feet. You can see how he just set his front plant foot hard. His stick position was elevated, and he yanked that ball down at the last second, totally taking the goalie off guard.
Lakeridge on a run. They tried to bounce it by O'Brien. He blocked it. Struggle in front. Ryan O'Brien just physically manhandled the person out of the crease. That ball may go out.
Turnover, Lakeridge, possession, Lake Oswego.
Possession to Lake Oswego. Nice defensive move that time by the Pacers. That defensive play was made by number 9. That's Hunter Daskalos.
Maybe taking a little revenge for that last
Right.
time he got rolled over.
Right.
It's one thing coaches love to see is a hard ride. Defense starts when the other team gets the ball. Just because you're an attackman and you play offense, or a midfielder and play offense, you still need to play defense. That's why they call it team defense.
Wes Jackson with the ball. Goes all the way around the net. They send it out on top. That's Hart. Corey Hart, number 3. He has a goal. He's trying to work his way towards the middle. Sends it back out on top. A hard shot. Deflected by O'Brien. That shot was by Wes Jackson, and he was 30 yards out.
Yeah, that's something that they don't need, being up by 4 goals. They want to be smart. They want to possess. They want to draw this defense out.
There was a shot, a low shot deflected by O'Brien. A shot, another high shot. He deflected that one above the top.
See, there's no shot clock in high school sports, so I'm a little surprised that they're taking these shots and going to goal so quick. Put the pressure on the officials to call a shot clock violation.
College is at the 90-second shot clock, right?
80 seconds.
80 seconds, I'm sorry.
The women's game is, I believe, 90 seconds.
Lake Oswego comes up with the ball, and they start forward. Quick run. In the middle, can't get a shot away. Now they can get a shot blocked. Nyhouse with a great block that time. And here comes the Pacers back. Little spin move gets free. The crowd is into it now. In front, and there's a flag. That's going to be a trip. Wow. Number 9, Hunter Daskalis hit the deck again.
Well, number 30, long pole for Lakeridge, Zach Onestuck, celebrating with an epic clear. The moves and the stick handling, just phenomenal. I'd give him the hockey assist on that one to get that ball up if there was a goal scored on that. It looks like they're calling a technical push, 30 seconds.
All right, headed off. That's number... Well, it was number 7, I think, for Lake Oswego, Dominic Sinclair. 6-2 our score, 2:36 left to go in the third. Pacers with the ball. Inside, hard shot, there's a goal. And guess who got that one? Corey Hart. Just wound up and let it go. We got that on the instant replay. We do. Let's watch Hart, how much he winds up on this shot. There he is. And there he lets it go. Hart with 2 goals here in the third. Time on that goal, 2:20. And 7-2 our score.
Shooter's dream, stepping down. Grip and rip.
Let it fly.
Yeah, anytime you're able to step into a shot with a feed from behind like that, it's sometimes the most amazing feeling. Something shooters dream about.
Great shooters. What's the speed on that shot that they let go?
Anywhere between 80, 90 miles an hour for a very good player, and the elite players are well over 90 miles an hour.
Wow. Lake Oswego comes down and scores that quick. And that goal, that was number 19, Marshall McGuire. All right, let's watch McGuire on this goal. All right, there's the shot. McGuire sets up. And lets that go, and there's a goal. Marshall McGuire for Lake Oswego. The time on that, 2:07, 13 seconds apart on those goals. There's a hard shot, and there's a goal. Just that quick. That goal, number 2, Jackson McGinley, his second goal of the game.
That shows why he's a captain and first team. Those are one of those shots where the coach is going, no, don't shoot. Nice shot.
The time on that was 1:59, 8 seconds after the last goal. McGinley has 2 goals. Hart has 2 goals.
And you were talking about in the break about the coaches warming up the goalies, and you notice the Lake Oswego goalies were warming their goalie up low, and you can see that that's what they are having. He was having the issue with, and the Lakeridge coaches countering that with shoot low, and the Lakeridge players are doing that exact thing.
Back behind the net, the Lakers with the ball and the lead at 8-3. All of a sudden, in the stretch of 21 seconds, we had 3 goals. You know, I watch Hart over there, and he's got his stick up in the air. He wants the ball. And why not?
Well, it's like that wide receiver that you have in the football team that says, keep feeding me, keep feeding me. They want the ball.
Right. My man
all
can't guard me. Behind the net, Pacers. And there is a goal tipped in front on the tip-in.
Goal, Lakeridge, number 9, Hunter Vasquez. Assist, number 11, Luke Lamont.
I'm sorry, was that number 9? Was that Daskalos?
Yes.
Okay. We got that? Let's watch that again, because Daskalos got in front there, got a tip and got it in. There it is right there. He knew it.
Luke Lamont, I believe, on that feed. What an amazing look. Good attackmen will keep their heads up before they catch the ball. And he saw him streaking to the backside.
Hunter Daskalos. 9-3 our score. 46 seconds left to go in the first half. In the third quarter.
The freshman just dominating on faceoffs. I've got him up 8-6, but when it's important, these last few possessions, he's come up big.
Lakeridge had 4 goals in the second quarter. They've got 4 goals in this quarter. Lakeridge with the ball. 15 seconds on the clock. Trying to get a shot off. There's a hard shot from outside. That was Ty Glumbeck with the shot. There's the horn. That is the end of the third quarter. Our score at the end of 3, it is Lakeridge 9, Lake Oswego 3. Pacers outscored the Lakers there in that quarter, 4-2. Your thoughts, Paul?
Well, I think the Lakeridge team has been executing their plan, as flawlessly as possible. They've been able to beat the zone of LO. They've been able to pull them out of shape. Honestly, with good shooting from the outside, and they've just been hitting their spots. They've been, taking those shots down low, and they've been accurate. I'm a little surprised they are taking as many shots as they are being up by this. Got some comments from the peanut gallery have been texting in saying, yeah, we're wondering why they're shooting so much. But, hey, if it's working,
12 minutes left to go in this one. The 2019 OHSLA Championship Playoffs are presented by UBS and Ren Ferguson Group, helping individuals and families with financial planning and professional investment management for over 30 years. They understand the value of investing in our communities and our youth. To learn more about what they can do to help you with your financial planning and investment management, give them a call at 503-248-1303. All right, teams back out on the field. 9-3 our score, 12 minutes of action left. Is there enough time for Lake Oswego to get back in this?
So what you had there, you saw the flags that flew at the end. What I could kind of see, the referees had their backs, and what I saw was unsportsmanlike on both a Lakeridge player and an LO player. I'm guessing there's a little jawing. We mentioned the crosstown rivalries. Teams have been hard-fought battles over 20 years, and it kind of came to not the blows, but to some verbal taunting, I'm guessing. So you'll see a 4-on-4 at the midfield as 2 players sit in the box.
So you don't think one of the players said to the other, well, sir, I think we have more points than you do? I think it was more than that.
A little more salty than that.
Okay.
So this is something that Faceoff face-off men do like, because there's less traffic coming in.
Michael Chakrin will take the face-off for Lake Oswego. For Lakeridge, it's number 3. 23, I'm sorry, 23.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed with the both face-off men, a lot of face-offs when back in the day when I faced off would stand up, and they were told by the coaches never kneel. Over the last 10 years, a lot of face-off men will kneel in the crouch, and you see that in college. Well, they've changed the rules recently, and both of these players are actually standing up, which over the last 10 years is fairly rare. And it's impressive because they used to be able to set very close to each other. Now they're further apart, and I've seen a lot more.
And it looks like Lakeridge is going to start with the ball. So the penalty must have affected that face-off.
It's possible that the LO had the second penalty, and then because it was dead ball, it was the last penalty.
Yeah.
Sorry, I would need somebody to text in who is an official to give the official call on that one, but I'm thinking that's what it was. It was the Lakeridge penalty first, LO penalty second, Lakeridge's ball.
Wait a minute, you're getting outside advice?
I'm trying.
You got a network that's providing you with expert analysis?
Network of fans.
All right. That's good. Right.
I phone in.
Right. I'm going to use my first lifeline. All right, Pacers with the ball and the lead at 9-3. Winner of this game gets West Lynn. Here's Corey Hart. He sends that out on top to Wes Jackson.
So 5-on-5, the offense is a lot more open, a lot harder to play defense in this case. I wouldn't be surprised to see both penalties are locked in, I believe. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go to the goal.
In front, Jackson with a hard shot blocked in there by O'Brien. Good save by George O'Brien that time. When you make that save and block it, you got to watch out for those rebounds, and that one came right out in front. All right. Cody Hart. Okay, I got you. So number 3, Cody Hart. I might have been calling him Corey. Was I? Okay. Okay.
So both teams are at even strength with both penalties release.
There's a shot deflected by O'Brien. He picks it up. .9:42 left in this one, 9-3. Pacers lead.
So there's no real rush for LO. They just need to have a sense of urgency.
There's a goal. Number 2, Dylan Baker.
Assist number 5, Jonas Hunter.
Baker off to the right side of the net. Let's look at that.
You can see there, Jonas drew that double. The double didn't go all the way.
There he goes, winds up and right in.
Yep, his man left him. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no panic yet for LO. They just need to run their offense. They do need to have a sense of urgency, which means they can't take all day. And they just need to keep letting shots like that come to them. Keep running their base offense, their pairs offense.
That was a great replay shot because you could see him winding up right at the spot he was going to shoot it at. 9-4 our score. Lakers like to cut into this a little bit more. There's a goal. Falling down and getting the shot away. Number 3 that time for Lake Oswego, Michael Chakram. Let's watch that because I think he's almost falling down. Yep, he was falling down and got the shot away.
So here you can see they're an invert offense guarded by a short stick, advantage offensive player. And he gets to that magical spot that we talk about, dodging from behind. 5 feet up, 5 feet out, 5 and 5. Change planes on the goal.
9:08, that was 15 seconds after the last goal. So Baker and Chakran, and here comes Ello forward again. The lead was 6, they've cut it to 4. Whatever they talked about, they're putting to use. What a goal by Chakran, and that was a great shot of him falling down and getting the shot away. Lake Oswego still with the ball behind the net. Send it out on top, McGuire. Quickly, a shot deflected. That was number 10, Hayden Hecht.
Good technique on the shot. He low to high. We always say change planes of your shot. He just missed just a little bit over the goal.
And there's a goal for Lake Oswego. Came in on the side and got a shot away. Number 5, Jonas Hunter. Let's see if you can watch that because he came in right on the side. Hunter, number 5, the shot and the goal. Let's watch this from a different angle. Hunter down low, got shot right in.
Yeah, the Lakeridge defender looked like he was expecting a slide. The LO offense staying nice and high up around that 20-yard line.
And
allowed for that job to happen.
Lake Oswego with the ball again. The lead was 6, it's now 3, 9-6. Those 3 goals, a minute and 10 seconds apart. Lake Oswego can get if they get a goal here, they can cut this to 2. Boy, they've had some spectacular athletic goals. McGuire back behind the net. Inside a shot, another goal. Oh my goodness. How do you get it through that many people? And I believe that is Jonas Hunter again, number 5. Let's take a look at it. There were like 3 people in front of him when he let that go.
Yeah, that slide, that help defense just wasn't there in time. It looked like number 30 was expecting that. He took a chance.
Look at that, up in the air and let it go and in. Number 5, Jonas Hunter, his 2nd goal. Wow. 4 straight goals. It's 9-7. You can hear the fans chanting "LO." Wow. I guess we were asking for excitement, and there it is.
And let's see if they can maintain it. Lakers just needs to take a deep breath, get back to what they were doing, tighten up the defense a little bit, and play their game, and all be good.
Baker, Shacklin, Jonas Hunter, and Hunter again. Those 4 goals in 2 minutes, exactly 2 minutes.
You know, I had to balance the face-offs for Lakeridge. It was 8-6, 9-6, and now unofficially, I have it for LO 9-8.
Well, they're doing a great job down there in the face-offs.
Yeah. And there you go, new face-off for Lakeridge.
Michael Chakran, the senior, down there in the face-off circle, and he's changed this game in the last couple of minutes.
Yep. Jackson,
Boy, the crowd will go crazy if LO gets this face-off, and they do.
Controlled by Lake Oswego.
Boy, Chakrin just outdueled the Pacer that time.
Lakeridge employed a long pole, Jackson McKinley. They're due all long pole on that one. And
Hunter came in that time and they just ran him off the goal. Over to McGuire. Marshall McGuire. Back behind the net. That's Hunter. He's done a good job of getting out front and getting 2 goals. Inside, a shot, there's a goal. Lake Oswego with a goal. Number 7.
Lake Oswego, number 7, Dominic Sinclair.
Dominic Sinclair with a goal. My goodness, 5. Remember what we talked about? Run of goals and get them quickly? 5 of them in a couple of minutes.
And it starts at the face-off dot with their number 3, Michael Shakirin. And there you can see the Lakeridge coaches talking to their defense about sliding a little bit early, and they slid. What they didn't have was a second slide to pick up that open man that had been left open, and they paid the price.
9-8, 5 goals here to start in the first half of the 4th quarter. Ball loose, picked up by Lake Oswego.
Control Lake Oswego.
Here comes Lakers forward with the shot. Oh, right on goal, came in on goal and deflected that time by Nyhouse. And that was Hunter that came in on goal that time.
All the momentum shifted to Lake Oswego.
Wow.
That's how fast this game can turn.
It has turned. There's a shot. Hunter. Lake Oswego with the ball. They trail by 1, 9-8, 5:46 left. They'll go back behind the net. There's the shot. Is that a goal? That is a goal. Down low. Oh my goodness, we're tied. And that's Hunter, I believe. Yes, it is. 9-9, 6 straight goals. And that's a hat trick in this quarter for Jonas Hunter. Let's watch it. There's the goal. Kind of caught everybody by surprise.
Takes big players to step up in big games. Jonas Hunter proving why 2018 he was second team All-State.
A hat trick for Hunter here in the 4th quarter alone. Ball loose, scooped up, and the Pacers finally have a face-off.
Look for Lakeridge just to settle here, let everybody get a touch. They haven't had the ball on offense for a while.
Cody Hart out there on top. Ty Glumbick also out there with him. Cody Hart wants the ball. Nine to 9 our score. 4:25 left to go. There's a shot, a hard shot, deflected by O'Brien, and it was Cody Hart on the shot.
That shot bounces off.
Ball loose.
Little surprised that LO is not in their zone, but the pressure man-to-man pays off.
Out of bounds possession.
Rode their player right out of bounds of the ball.
Ball loose. O'Brien comes out and picks it up, sends it forward. And a whistle. Timeout?
Timeout, LO.
Timeout, Lake Oswego. 3:57 left to go in this one, and our score, it was 9-3 when we started this quarter. It is now 9-9. We ended the girls' championship game on Saturday night with a shot, and it was whether the clock had run out or not was the question on the field. We don't want to do that again, do we, Jim?
No, we don't want to do that.
Okay.
Look for Lake Oswego to come out here and use Jonas Hunter as a decoy. They're going to be sliding to him early, like what's happened on a few previous goals. But I would use him as a decoy, expecting them to slide. But again, they need to be patient. They don't need a goal right away. There's plenty of time.
You know, there's two theories of thought on that. One is use your best player as a decoy. The other one is your best player is your best shooter. Let him shoot. I'm of the second.
Well, on that last possession, Jonas Hunter started up top, dodged, moved the ball on, and then he snuck around back, got the ball back. So he had naturally let.
Do you remember the ending of the movie Hoosiers? When they call a play and their best player they say, we're going to use you as a decoy, and everybody on the team shakes their head. No, we're not going to do that. Lake Oswego with the ball. 9-9 our score. That's Hunter down there right off the side of the goal. Lake Oswego being very deliberate now. Back behind the net. Hunter has been deadly when he gets started from right back there.
Being very patient. Number 2 is cutting through pretty open, and he held on to the ball. Smart play.
In front, a shot, a goal, and there's a flag. Does the goal count?
That's right, Charlie Ryan.
All right, let's see who scored that goal, because I'm not quite sure. All right, the goal is by Charlie Ryan. That's a hat trick for him now. The time on that, 3:07. And since that 2 goals in the first goal of the game, when Lake Oswego led 1-0, I believe that's their first lead of the game. 10-9, Lake Oswego leads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals.
And to add insult to injury, looks like Lakeridge will be a player down. Looked like an illegal body check right as that goal was scored.
I saw the flag.
Yeah, so Lakeridge will be one man down in a face-up where they desperately need a goal. This will look to the resilience of the Lakeridge players.
3:07 up on the clock. Boy, that was a big goal for Ryan. Lake Oswego, and we got a whistle. Lake Oswego will have possession.
Tough call. It was a loose ball pushed from behind.
Hunter now goes out on top. The fans are chanting, "You can't do that."
So
I used to love Portland State football. When the other side got a penalty, the fans would yell, "Cheaters." Hunter gets set up. He's right out front.
So no real rush on LO, and Lakeridge doesn't really need to press out just yet. As you can see, they're staying in pretty tight.
There's a hard shot wide. That was Hunter who took the shot.
And sometimes you can trick them into and bait them into taking that poor shot, which that was, although they'd back up.
Lake Oswego still with the ball. The lead is 10-9. 2:10 left to go in the game. An amazing game.
Lakeridge player comes in out of the penalty box. They're even now.
We're even up. Both teams at full strength. Behind the net. That's Hunter.
Under 2 minutes, Lake Oswego has to keep it inside the restraining box. Those are the blue lines in between the numbers, 30-yard line.
McGuire. Back to Hunter. 1:30 left to go.
As the time gets down to 1 minute, look for the goalie to come out of the cage and send a double to the ball. At some point, you can see the goalie's talking to his defense, looking, who am I going to take? Who am I going to take?
LO still with the ball. Back behind the net. 1 minute on the clock, 1 minute.
So here you go, goalie's away.
Jonas Hunter didn't like that collision. We're gonna have a timeout.
Timeout,
Lake Oswego takes a timeout. And that, both sides I think now are out of timeouts.
So taking a timeout right there, you want to settle your guys do and plan, but it's also going to be dangerous because now Lakeridge can set up their defense. And what you do is you want to take your goalie and have them guard somebody that they can keep up with, and you're going to send 2 long poles to the ball and try to trap them in the corner and push them outside of that box. That's creating a turnover.
You know, Lake Oswego had 1 goal at halftime. 1 goal at halftime. They've got 7 here in the 4th quarter.
It's amazing. Well, at halftime, I was alluding to the fact that they do have some big guns on offense, and they just needed to get their offense going. And as you can see, what it took was a couple of face-offs, and their main threats took the game over.
And some really athletic goals scored here in the 4th quarter. The clock has 57 seconds left to go in this game. 10-9, Lake Oswego leads. After trailing at one time 6-1, they also trailed at 9-3 headed into the 4th quarter and have outscored Lakeridge 7-0.
You can see the.
Are the fans going to charge the field? Okay, we haven't seen that in a while.
So you have Jonas Hunter starting with the ball. You're going to look, possibly, he has 10 seconds to get it in. He may decide to run upfield toward the 50, run around the 30 and back in the box. Or he may just try to go in the back.
And that's what he's doing. He's going to go in the back. Yep. Jonas Hunter inside a shot. There's an insurance goal.
Goal, Lake Oswego, number 5, Jonas Hunter, unassisted.
Lake Oswego with the goal. Jonas Hunter. All right, let's watch this. There's nobody in the net. There's the shot.
And so that may not be a bad thing for Lakeridge. Because a lot of times in this game, you want them to score early. You have a minute to go. If you can win 2 face-offs, you tie this game up.
50 seconds. You said big players step up. That's 4 goals for Hunter in the 4th quarter. 11-9, Lake Oswego. Pacers put their goalie back in. Ball loose. Scooped up. Lake Oswego loses it though. Pacers have it. And there's a whistle.
Timeout Lakeridge.
Timeout
Oh, the scoreboard does show they have a timeout. Okay. Timeout. 37 seconds to play. 11-9, Lake Oswego leads on the strength of 8 goals in the fourth quarter.
So here's the thing. Lakeridge has the ball. They have a quick hitter play. They score. They come back. They face off. They score again. That's 2 goals. Then you look back at that goal that was just scored to Lake Oswego. Maybe that wasn't the best plan to take. I would not be surprised to see Lake Oswego come out in the zone defense right now. Force them to put in a 13, 14-yard shot from the outside. Maybe take a bad shot. Maybe run into a double.
Two years ago, our Jim Thompson didn't know what lacrosse was. Now he is one.
And it's too bad this year, unfortunately, we couldn't find the field plays. But I run a novice league. And so dads, some moms come out and learn how to play this game. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do this summer. But the next time I do it, I'll let everybody know.
Okay. Cody Hart, we're back underway. Lakeridge in front, a shot, there's a goal. Number 4. Just like you said, get a goal and then come back and win a face-off and try to get another. Lakeridge number 4 on the goal, and that's Ty Glumbick.
What they did
All
there,
right, let's watch it on the replay.
They ran a little wheel play where they have a throwback, which can counter the zone or man-to-man.
And there's Glumbick on the shot.
Backside cutter. Very nicely executed play. Coach,
27 seconds left to go here.
Freshman needs to come up big on this faceoff for Lakeridge.
11-10. Ball loose. Scooped up. Pacers have it. Seconds. And there's a goal. Pacers got a goal.
Goal,
10 seconds on the clock. Let's watch that and see. I didn't see who got the goal. Let's see if we can figure that out. There's the shot. Number 3, oh, that's Cody Hart. Cody Hart with the goal. Paul, is it too early to ask you what's overtime?
Well, we'll let you know after this face-off.
Okay. 10 seconds, 11-11. Ball still loose on the ground. Lake Oswego has it. Gonna have time, we're gonna have to hurry. 1 second, a shot, no. And we've finished regulation, and our score here, wow, 11-11 is our score. It was 9-3, 8-2, Lake Oswego.
We're tied at the end of regulation. Everyone get ready for overtime.
We're going to overtime.
So if we look back at 11-9, as I was saying, you say, oh, great, they scored. As a coach, I would have told him to hold that. You don't go to the goal until there's 20 seconds, and you only shoot if there's nobody in the goal. But the score, and again, it was almost a strategy of Lakers. Pressure out. If they get the goal quickly, you have plenty of time to get those 2 faceoffs, and that's exactly what happened. But that's the nature of scholastic sports. You get those high school kids that get really excited, and they're like, "Hey, goal's wide open. I'm gonna put this in."
Now, we'll wait till the PA announcer. I think they put 4 minutes up on the clock. 4 minutes, but I think it's sudden death, right?
Yep, sudden victory. We're nice these days.
Sudden victory. Oh, you're PC.
We're PC.
All right. That was a quarter. That was an exciting quarter, and our replay shots. That's some of the most exciting replay shots I've ever seen.
It's very nice. I don't think we had replay last year, did we?
No.
No.
No. No, this is a new toy. We're having fun.
Well, I like it. I was saying before I came that it would be nice to have replay, but you can wish. My wish came true. Really appreciate it, gentlemen. Very nice. So here's where we get to see what the freshman face-off specialist for Lakeridge, Jay Reachley, has in him. Whether he can overcome Michael Shakirin's senior captain, first team, Three Rivers.
All right. I think both teams deserve a standing ovation no matter what happens in this game.
Yep, both teams can hold their heads high. Look for either team who gets a possession on this, especially Lakeridge, to call a timeout.
Jake Reichley, number 23 for Lake Oswego. Michael Chakrin for Lakeridge. Michael Chakrin for Lake Oswego. Crucial possession right here. Referee making sure everything's safe. Here we go. Ball loose, batted around, picked up by Lake Oswego. In on goal.
Oh, coaches might be kicking themselves on that one. They had a fast break, but better be safe than sorry.
Take a timeout. Wow. Explain that to me.
Well, from the coach, we'll give the coaches the benefit. From that angle, you really can't see it like we do. We have the advantage sitting up here and seeing that player's wide open. I've watched plenty of game tape on my teams over the years play, and you're thinking you're making the correct call. But you are from your vantage point. But from this vantage point, it's easy to make that call sitting up here.
We are in sudden victory overtime. Winner of this will get West Lynn on Saturday night at 6:30 for the championship. The Oregon High School Lacrosse Association Championship. George O'Brien in goal for Lake Oswego. For Lakeridge in goal, it's David Nyhouse. All right, don't get up and go to the refrigerator. It might be that quick. Lake Oswego with the ball after the timeout.
You can see they're nice and spread out, just daring the Lakers defenders to come out and guard them.
Lakers with the ball. Behind the net. In front, can't get a shot away. Now they got a player in front of shot. This game is over. Lake Oswego wins.
Lake Oswego.
I'm not sure. That might have been number 19, McGuire. No, yes it is. Marshall McGuire. Do we have that on our replay? Let's watch it, okay? This game is over that quick. A goal for Lake Oswego, and it's Marshall McGuire. There he is.
Who had the feed on that?
Shot.
Final score in overtime.
Who's that?
Lake Oswego 12, Lakeridge 11.
Okay, I thought it was number 12, but I might be wrong. It might have been Ryan.
Yep.
Okay. This game is over. 40 seconds into the overtime, a goal by Marshall McGuire, and Lake Oswego wins this game 12-11.
Here at Lake Oswego Cobb Field. We hope to see
It was.
there.
Let me find my score sheet for the game. Oh, here we go. Nope. I was going to give it scores by quarters, and I can't find my score sheet, but that's okay. All right, our final score here at Lake Oswego High School: Lake Oswego 12, Lakeridge 11. And Paul, your final thoughts?
Well, If at first, Lakeridge was just dominating and they just were commanding. It looked like Lakeridge was almost not ready to be in the playoffs. But they stuck with their zone defense. And then when they needed to, they came out of their zone. And when they finally got the ball on offense, they ran their offense to perfection. They made the big players made some great individual plays. Then they shared the ball when they needed to. And they just stuck with it. They were resilient. They were the more resilient team this time. And hats off to both teams. Amazing game.
Right, let me give you the scoring by quarters. It was 1-1 at the end of the first quarter. 4 goals in the second quarter for Lakeridge gave them a 5-1 lead at halftime. 4 more goals in the third quarter, and 2 by Lake Oswego made the score at that time 9-3. In the fourth quarter, the Lakers outscored the Pacers 8-2 to tie this game up at 11, and then 40 seconds into the overtime, a goal by Lake Oswego's Marshall McGuire sends the Lakers to the championship game on Saturday night against West Lynn. So, Paul, your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think faceoffs came up big. Unofficially, of course, faceoffs 13 for Lake Oswego, 9 for Lakeridge, and the biggest ones were at the end of the game.
Right, those ones in the fourth quarter when they came up with a string that allowed them to get all those goals in a row, get 7 goals in a row to actually take the lead in the game. Those were the faceoffs that really made the difference in this game. So congratulations to the Lake Oswego Lakers as they win this game. Got a bunch of people we want to thank tonight for these broadcasts. We want to thank the commissioner of the OHSLA, that's Paul Schlesinger. I want to thank the athletic director here at Lake Oswego High School for their assistance in providing us with all these facilities and making it easier for us to bring you this exciting action tonight. The athletic director, and that's Brigham Baker. I want to thank our crew tonight, and what an outstanding job they did. The camera shots were just absolutely great. E.J. Alba, our producer, Tom Flynn, our director, Jim Thompson, our audio technician, and Ryan Johnson, our executive producer. I want to thank our sponsor tonight, that is UBS and Ren Ferguson Group. Any final thoughts, Paul?
No, I just really appreciate being here, and I feel privileged to be able to announce this game. So thank you very much for inviting me.
All right, I'm Dave Hall from Lake Oswego High School. I want to remind you to join us on Saturday night at 6:30 for the finals. That is between Lake Oswego and West Lynn. So our final scores here tonight in semifinal action. In the first game, it was West Lynn over Sunset, 10-8. And here in the second semifinal, in one of the most exciting games we've seen all year, in overtime, it was Lake Oswego 12, Lakeridge 11. Good night, everybody.